Thanks for staying with us in continuation of yesterday's topic on the alleged kidnap kingpin, Lyon Ewa. We have the Commissioner of Police in Bayelsa State, Mr. Ben Okolo, to speak extensively on what the public needs to know concerning this particular kidnap kingpin and the case going forward. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
Morning, sir. So, as you know, social media, we had so much information on this person, but it'd be great to have it from a credible source such as you. So, could you kindly give us an update on this Lyon Ewa that was arrested recently over the weekend? What's the case and exactly how are you going to charge him to court? What are the next steps?
End of last year, what Habib was kidnapped, himself was a bank manager of one of the new generation banks. He was released after they collected ransom of 80 million naira. In June this year, another banker, Niger, was now equally a manager of the new generation bank. He was released after they collected 60 million naira. Collected 30 million naira cash and $30 million worth of dollars. We continued to follow up and narrow on the syndicates that committed this crime. So first, we arrested one, Emmanuel Charles and Gassi. It was the arrest of Charles and Gassi, Innocent Kingsley, and Timi Werekumu that led to the arrest of John Ikechukwu Ewa. So he ran away from Bayelsa when his cohorts were rounded up. He ran to Abuja. From Abuja, he went to Abuja. So he was picked from Abuja. They gave him shares of the money. What he claims is that he only showed them the house of but the other people are saying, the other criminals are saying, no, you brought the job. So, but whatever it is, he is a member of that gang. So it's a very clear case of kidnapping. You see a video which himself circulated where he was showing dollars. In this last one, he was giving $10,000.
It was what? Giving $10,000.
Yes. So
he was saying hustle.
Okay.
So that's the situation.
Okay, let me get a few more questions for you. Go ahead.
Okay, sir. So a lot of us saw, the where they had come to arrest him and were looking at them being paraded. But what happens next? Because usually that's where Nigerians always feel that we don't get the full story. So what happens next? Do they go to court? Or with cases like this that seem so clear-cut and so open, how does it end? And how soon?
So fast.
We are working in close synergy with the Attorney General of the state. As soon as we conclude investigations, that will be very soon. Immediately we conclude investigations, we ensure that they face the full route of the law. So that is the situation.
So concerning this issue of kidnapping, sir, I'm quite concerned. The fact that these guys were able to do this through the bank. Now, what advice would you give to regular Nigerians to avoid or to become them, to avoid being victims like these other ones in this case?
I think first of all, when you see something, say something. It has been said in several forums. For the last kidnap, somebody living with victim saw the car. He took the number, but he didn't raise alarm. The car came in the morning. In the night, evening when they kidnapped the man, the same car came back. So if he has raised alarm in the morning or informed his master of the development, we may have done something proactive to forestall it. So I would say that if you see anything unusual, usual movements around the surroundings, people with unknown faces and all that. It has to be properly interrogated.
Okay.
So part of what we do is to ensure that we monitor what happens around us. That's one. Secondly, we will try as much as possible not to show things that will attract people to come and do. You know, lifestyle sometimes could, I'm not talking about this particular case anyway, but if you live a moderate life, sometimes it's going to help. But I think most of all, the best thing to do is to ensure that you are very, very, very conscious of happenings around so that you know when to tell the police or any other security agents of happenings around you that need to be checked out.
In this case, like what Mariah was asking, there was no way the guy could have avoided it. The information came from the bank, how much he had in his account. Somebody working at the bank must have told them, oh, he has this amount, if you kidnap him, he can pay. So how do you avoid, unless you stop saving in the bank? Because now, from this story, somebody in the bank is an accomplice. I mean,
yes, complicit. Yes,
complicit. You're right. Did you hear that, sir?
Just to correct one impression, he was a former staff of a new generation bank.
Yes.
They laid him off since 2003. They caught him that he was pilfering. You know, sometimes customers go home, the money bundles will not be complete. So they set CCTV and caught him that he was pilfering. So I think maybe he's doing it because of lifestyle or vendetta or whatever. He is actually no more working in the bank. So it's not that he's a bank staff, no.
Okay.
But he has knowledge of the people where they
Those
need
people in the bank.
all that. So it's their residents that he actually monitor. So that is it.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so what YK was trying to ask earlier is that, you know, for them to demand the ransom that they demanded, they were very certain as to the balance that was in the account of their victims at the time, which shows that there's assistance from within. You know, I don't know if your investigation got to that part, if you're able to find out, you know, more.
We are still investigating. However, when kidnappers take somebody, it's not in all cases that they work the amount in the bank. They may know that the person can get money from a lot of sources or have a property to sell and so on and so forth. So most times it's not just about what you have in your account. I am sure that these bankers don't have much in their account. Friends, relatives raise the money for them.
All right, we hear that there's a law against parading of suspects because we've seen police constantly parading people and we're thinking, is it right? I mean, you expect somebody, what was that thing they saying? Look, you are innocent to proven guilty.
Yes.
So is it right to parade these suspects at least until we are sure that they're actually convicted of the crime they've been accused of?
Without being ambivalent, I know that there is that law. However, this particular case has generated a lot of misinformation, disinformation in the social media, and there was need to clear certain aspects of it. One is a confirm. Two is just to let people know that it's not all the things in social media, right? And if we do not correct that impression, a lot of people will go away with misinformation.
Okay, give us some. Okay, go ahead, please.
Yes. So I would like to understand, for you, the police officers on ground constantly having to deal with arresting these people, what would you say the general trend or behavior is right now? Do you think that there are more young, educated people in this? Because there used to be a time we thought, oh, they had to be headsmen from somewhere. But are they young people, part of us, educated, you know, going to work on one side and then kidnapping on the other side, having families on one side? What group or what's the demographic of these people that do this act?
Well, for this particular one, they are not graduates. This man, Ewa, was a cleaner in the bank. So I wouldn't say that he has a very high educational qualification to become a cleaner in the bank. And the other partners or his other gang members are just local people like every other local person. But a couple of them are married. Himself is married. Emmanuel Ayase is married. So they have families, but they engage in crime.
Interesting.
But generally, you know, the crime of kidnapping in Bayelsa particularly is being done by miscreants, local miscreants. They are not educated, really have not gotten anyone. But that is not to say that it's not possible. But so far, so good. We've not gotten somebody who.
Thank you so much, sir. We just wanted to hear from you directly. I guess I was going to add a bit to that question from Mariam, saying that do you think there are links to, yeah, these are people that are used, these are the ones we catch, but is there like a cabal that really sends out these guys out to go and kidnap? But those are questions for another day because we have to wrap up. Thank you so much, Commissioner, for joining us this morning to give us. Is there any other final update you want to give us on this case so that we know?
Well, it's just to assure you that we do the needful. There will be early conclusion of the investigations so that quickly, expeditiously taken to the court for judges.
All right. That's all. Thank you so much, sir. That's all we can take on this segment. When we come back, move on to others. Stay with us. We'll be right back.